Greetings, everyone, and welcome to this part 2 of the Mind's Perceptive Readers special, basically called the Mind's Perceptive Readers on this case because I post items like this and discussions like this on the minds.com website. Now, in this part 2, I said that I'm going to mention a help desk ticket that I had to send to Minds, their crew, support staff. And the reason being is, what I'm about to read to you is going to make some serious statements. These statements are facts. And I'm just going to show one bit of screenshot proof. But be aware that this screenshot proof that I have, there are probably thousands of instances, I'm sure of it, over the years of things just like this. And I want you to imagine, what if you had to deal with things like this every single day throughout the day? What would you do? How would you respond? Would you consider yourself, I can't speak about this. It's just all my fault. Or would you really still see where the blame truly lies? Not that it's claiming victimhood, but there's a reason why there's a legal term called being victimized or being the victim. Now, there's a difference between being victimized or being a victim and having a victim mindset. See, the point is, you can be the victim of something, and yet then you still are a brave person who knows when to stand up for your rights and to correct the situation. All right. So with that intro to this Minds Help Desk ticket, and that's the only thing we're going to read, I will read what I had to send to them today, and then I will comment more on it in part 3. So here it is. This was a screenshot was sent of a post that I wrote, and it says, is it amoral or criminal to ban a website, social media, podcast of someone without a formal charge, to work behind the scenes with gang stalkers to break your property, as well? So the screenshot was sent, and you say, okay, that's a post. But guess what it came up as? And this was sent like a couple of days ago. But if you look at the post date, you know what it actually says? Right up under my profile name, it says it was posted 50 years ago. Isn't that interesting? A glitch, you may say, or may wonder. Okay. Well, let me just read what I put in the help desk ticket, and I sent them the screenshot. Now, keep in mind, that screenshot says 50 years ago, and I'm going to relate something to you within seconds, if not, less than a minute or two, I can tell you that, after I posted this ticket to the help desk of Minds. I wrote, "Dear Minds support team," and I add Optiman, the founder of Minds.com as well, Bill Optiman. I, James Lynch Jr., want to provide further proof of how Minds has certain bugs that may or are eroding the system. Will you look at my recent post in the screenshot? Why is it saying 50 years ago as a post or /edit? Also, if you will look into my Minds profile or account, you will see that over the past over the past year or so, hackers have duplicated my account and done all sorts of hijackings to it. These people who do these things have damaged websites and social media for years. Before you guys even came on the scene, these unscrupulous hackers and censorship people were using me as their test model before they started their on-hand tactics on the world in some cases. I thought I found a platform here I could write and share my message, books, and podcasts without interference. It started off well, but once the forces arrayed against me found out about my success on Minds, then they started sabotaging my profile and Product of Culture group, which has not shown growth in over a year. I formally tell you, I know this is not normal. Thank you for your time, James. So that's the help desk ticket I sent. Now, along with that, as soon as I posted it, I also shared, I made a copy of what I posted there and I put it in my Google Keep. Okay. That's important. I put in my Google Keep, notes. And don't you know, within a minute, probably, not only was my Google Keep note edited and had certain things edited and changed, but then I immediately went to the website post to see on Minds how that looked, and then that was immediately changed to being posted a day or so ago or what have you. Isn't that interesting? Was it a mere coincidence? Did the Minds support desk get on it just that quick? Well, from what I've noticed normally is if the Minds help desk support Nick or someone of that nature works on something, it's almost like, okay, if he works on something, it's normally still around about within the same time frame where he'll post something to let you know this is done or he needs some help or whatever. Well, here it is at least an hour or so later, and I still, it's later than that, and I still don't see that the post has even been approved on the help desk. Let me check right now. So what I'm basically saying is, I don't think it was Minds that really did it. I haven't verified it yet, but at this point in time, I don't even think they probably read my post that's in moderation right now. So now you know the situation, and you probably say, okay, James, that could just be a mix up or this and that. You made some very strong statements about unscrupulous hackers. You talked about gang stalking, or did I put it in there? Okay, I put it in my post. Okay, the one that says that was saying 50 years ago. And be assured, I'll make sure I post a screenshot so that you will see it. All right. And you're probably saying, okay, James, I know you have mentioned some of these things over the years. And some people have said, they don't care. Just like I heard somebody say, for the most part, again, they said it before and they mention it again that, nobody cares. Where I stand before you today, if you don't care, you certainly have that option. But I stand before you today. There are persons who do care. It's their job to care. It's their job to actually look into matters as this and to intervene. Okay. So I want to say this because sometimes persons are here, ones who talk about, if life knocks you down, then get back up. Don't say nothing. Don't complain. When I'm going to explain thoroughly, starting with the next post, when you have to speak up. You have to complain, if that's what these ones want to call it, who really hasn't experienced the things on this level of what I'm going to share with you. Okay. because you can get in certain social situations where, make no mistake about it, no matter how somebody says, oh, it doesn't matter, you can overcome this or what have you. No, the only thing you may be able to overcome, at least, is in the area of protecting your mind. But as far as the social connection with matters, the social status, the economic condition, unless God himself intervenes sometimes, then you would just be in that situation. Understand? Reference the many years of the 1800s and slavery. Okay. Remember, there were people who actually were born and died as slaves. Okay. So remember, would that have applied that you can change your social status? Not unless they just ran away. That was their only option. Okay. So with that being said, let's move on to part 3 of this Mind's Perceptive Readers special.